Hey, what's up, guys? I want to talk to you about George Washington today. I've been looking into the Revolutionary War, the Founding Fathers, and all the stuff that got our country started. And I'll tell you, George Washington is the one guy that I can really just find no fault with. He really put a lot of limits on the pomp around the presidential office. He limited the name. They were trying to figure out what they would address the president as, and some wanted it to be king or the ruler. He just wanted it to be the president of the United States. And this guy, man, he had a good heart, and he wasn't always 100% successful in his life. He had a lot of challenges early on in his military career that some of them embarrassed him a little bit, and he wasn't known for all these great victories, but what he was known for is never giving up. And I've been doing a little research. It's a book called An Imperfect God, written by Henry, Weincheck. Okay, in this book, is basically kind of an in-depth look at how at the end of his life George Washington really started to go against slavery, and he wrote into his will to free all his slaves upon the death of his wife. And if you look at his life, I've been studying him for a little bit now, and there's a couple times in his life where he really doubts slavery and how can a nation be called free when it keeps people in bondage, and just all the different Christian aspects to it. I mean, that's just another one of the many things. And in his retirement speech, I'm going to put a link up to this so you guys can check this out. He hits the nail right on the head. So much. Here's one part. As a very important source of strength and security, cherish public credit. One method of preserving it is use it as sparingly as possible. Avoid occasions of expense by cultivating peace, but remembering also that timely disbursements to prepare for danger frequently prevent much greater disbursements to repel it. Man, my computer's messing up. Give me just a second here. My monitor's on its last legs. But what he was talking about right here was not running up a bunch of debt. I mean, let me see. To avoid likewise accumulation of debt, not only by shunning occasions of expense, but by vigorous exertions and time of peace to discharge the debts which unavoidable wars have occasioned. Alright. And here's another one. Observe good faith and justice towards all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. Religion and morality enjoin this conduct. And can it be that good policy does not equally enjoy it? In the occasion of such a plan, nothing is more essential than that permanent and veterate antipathies against particular nations and passionate attachments for others should be excluded. Because, I mean, he said right here, yeah, listen to this. The nation which indulges towards another an habitual hatred or an habitual fondness is in some degree a slave. I'm telling you, this man was a genius. Another thing, check out was the A&E special. George Washington gives you kind of a really basic overview of his life, and some of the people that were in his life. So if you want to research him, you can research the name of his generals or the people he worked directly with in life. And there's one other thing that I have found about George Washington here. want to go ahead and read you this quote. This was in a letter written to Reverend G.W. Snyder on October 4th, 1798. It was not my intention to doubt that the doctrines of the Illuminati and principles of Jacobinism had not spread into the United States. On the contrary, no one is more truly satisfied of this fact than I am. The idea that I meant to convey was that I did not believe that the lodges of the Freemasons in this country, damn computer screen, had as societies endeavored to propagate the diabolical tenets of the first, or perniciousness principles of the latter, if they are susceptible of separation. Okay, that individuals of them may have done it, or that the founder or instrument employed to found the democratic societies in the United States may have had these objects and actually had a separation of the people from their government in view is too evident to be questioned. Right there. I mean, and I haven't read that entire letter right there, but I did come across some stuff before where he specifically is saying he's worried that the Illuminati is going to infiltrate the Freemasons and the government of the United States and destroy it. Now, if you want the facts behind the Illuminati, all I can tell you to start out with is this. And that is, it was founded May 1st, 1776 by a guy named Adam Weishaupt. Alright. Now, besides that, there's a whole range of stuff. Conspiracy, satanic, one world government, yada yada yada. There's a lot of stuff with the Vatican tied to that. Was it the Knights of Malta? Okay, so I'm not going to speculate, but I can tell you the Illuminati is a real thing. George Washington warned about them. The links will be in the box. And this is actually a Revolutionary War website. This has nothing to do with any conspiracy theories or anything like that, okay? And there's this other website that I just stumbled across, and this has all different kinds of letters from our founding fathers to other people that talk about the Illuminati and Jacobism, John Adams, people from Harvard, I mean, the list goes on and on and on here. It's pretty crazy. I mean, this Illuminati thing is a real thing. I don't know how much of it is true and how much of it is internet hype, but I'm telling you, Illuminati shit's true. George Washington warned about them. Alright, and I've been studying George Washington. I've actually quit looking at almost all the rest of the guys except for Ben Franklin. And I'm telling you, man, George Washington had all the answers back then. Read his farewell speech. I mean, it's everything. He warns about factions separating our government and eliminating their effectiveness. Look what the Republicans and Democrats are doing. I mean, it's all right there, man. So go check out George Washington. I love this guy. I think he's probably our best founding father. So go check him out. May the Republic stand strong. God bless America.